Oi ratbags, it's Jade, welcome to a new show. This is what I've done for years on my main survival channel, covered everything you need to know about survival games with news, guides, gameplay. But the biggest reason I started a second channel was because some of the games that I used to cover just weren't really gelling. Grounded and Rust maybe don't really mix that well. So I moved and created my second channel for Grounded, games like Smalland, Terraria, maybe even others. Lots of farming simulation games. Basically, it's not going to be just Grounded in the future. It will be other games too, FYI. So one of the things I do is the news show. I give you a recap of everything's going on in the survival world. So I'm going to do the same on this one. Survival, crafting, farming, games that are basically going to be appearing on my channel in the future, we're going to talk about, and I'm going to give you update progress on some new games. So if you're looking for always new stuff to play, I am going to be your #1 source here on JCraft channel for them types of games, as well as my main. Now, if I managed to keep at least 50% of you up, that's a win. What are we covering today? Grounded. More reveals, more in-depth analysis of what to expect with the base defense update that's incoming. Hopefully maybe today, but we don't know for sure. CoreKeeper's got an update that's going live today on the experimental servers at 2 o'clock. It's going to revert a whole bunch of stuff, add some more health to bosses and a lot more, and they've got dedicated servers incoming. Also covering news that Terraria is getting a big update for console and mobile fans later on today. You're finally getting all the parity stuff that PC has had, so the Don't Starve event and much more, it's all coming. Plus another new game launched yesterday, the Serpent Rogue. I've been dying to try this out. I'm hopefully going to try and get hold of a key later on today, and we'll be streaming it at some point over the weekend and playing it. I love the look at this one, a bit eerie, crafting, running around taming and becoming weird mythological creatures. And the game you're going to be seeing me stream later on today is Arise. This actually came out a couple of years ago, I do believe, or last year on other platforms, but it's now available on Nintendo Switch. It's going live, I do believe, tomorrow, but I'll get a chance to show it to you guys a little bit earlier, running on the Switch. A platformer, but with some crafting elements, some gorgeous visuals, and yeah, I'm going to be streaming this later on this afternoon. Plus, what's going on with games in development like Lightyear Frontier as well as Smalland, more new reveals and little focus looks. So do leave a like if you want to see more of this kind of show. I'll probably do it at least once a week. Let's go. So CoreKeeper's got an update today where they're reverting a whole bunch of changes to do repairing weapons. This goes live on the experimental servers only at the moment, so they can really get your feedback again, but they are reverting some of the changes they made to repairing weapons and armour, as well as a whole bunch of other stuff. At the moment, if you go ahead and dismantle something, you just get some resources back. But they're putting it back to the way it used to be, where you'll actually get scrap parts, and then you can go ahead and repair your weapons with just the scrap. Some higher end game gear is going to cost more scrap, but it's a big change based on the feedback they received. They've also done a bunch more stuff, including adding extra health to most of the bosses, and they've got a new reinforcement mechanic that's coming in, so I might do a video on that separately. Basically, you'll be able to add more durability to your weapons and armours. And farmers rejoice if you get sick and tired of using the large water canteen to only cover 1 square. Well, it's now going to cover 4. It's going to be 2x2, so it makes life a lot easier. And they're also making a big change to fishing rods. They're basically not going to have any durability, so you don't ever have to worry about them breaking. They're also adding some higher end versions of a hoe and a shovel, pretty much the Scarlet variants. If you haven't played CoreKeeper yet, why the hell not? If you've got a PC, it's a must buy in my opinion. I've been meaning to do my review for it as I've hit 100 hours now, and I will be returning for lots of CoreKeeper content in the future. There's a whole bunch of other stuff going on with this update as well, with a big amount of fixes and quality of life improvements added. But maybe the most exciting is that you'll now be able to run your own dedicated server. You'll be able to do this on your own PC, but there's no plans yet, I don't think, to announce any partners. Unless I've got it wrong, I'm hoping, because I'm a numpty and I don't like running servers, that I'll be able to rent one or use one of my partners in the Trado. You will be able to play on servers without having to close the game once you leave. So all in all, great stuff for CoreKeeper. You can tell I maybe like this game. They've got a big roadmap ahead of them. They're going to have loads of nice chunky updates in the future, adding lots of content, biomes, weapons, armors, new bosses, new dangers and more. So I'm going to be there covering it every step of the way when we do get that content arrive. Terraria fans on console and mobile, rejoice! You're finally getting all of the PC content that's been missing. Obviously you had the last Journey's End update a little while ago on consoles, but I do believe Switch was lagging a little bit behind. Well, it looks like the latest update 1.41 to 1.43, all of them updates, they're going to be hitting all of console, all of mobile too. And this is happening today. You're also going to get the Don't Starve crossover event, the Celebration MK10 seed, a whole bunch of new contest vanity armors and much more. And there's still more to come. Terraria are working on some sort of new game mode or seed that might literally turn things upside down. So next time you see them mention anything about last update, just tell them to stop the lies and let them keep delivering the content. I have been a bit grumpy in the past that consoles weren't maybe upgraded or updated as quickly as PC, but I can't deny it, I'm super glad. Terraria is one of my favourite games ever. It's actually one of the games I started out with on my main survival channel, and any excuse I can try and get to play it, I would love to show it off on this one. So who knows, maybe we'll take a look at it in the coming days. Let me know if you'd like to see some Terraria on this channel. So the Grounded devs showed off a whole bunch of the new gameplay incoming with update 0.13 for grounded and base defences. A huge update adding a whole bunch more ways to play the game. You're going to have points that you'll be able to defend, and you'll also then be able to worry about ants coming to attack your base. They said this update is going to be going live this week. I've done already a huge amount of videos covering every single bit of it, but there was a few little things that I missed from the actual gameplay shown. So we did find that there was a second pagoda going to be in the top right pond area. So it looks like it's another area that's going to be expanded on. Don't know if this is going to be hitting this update, by sounds of things not, but it is a little glimpse in what to expect in the future. There's also something big and pink next door to it as well. It looks like it's going to be on just the other side of the upper pond that is there. So who knows what that is, but it's kind of exciting. Does also look like the map is going to be enclosed in more bushes. On the top right you can see that area has always been fences, but now it's got even more hedges. And just the last couple more, there looks like it's going to be a new torch added to the desk. This might seem a little bit minuscule, but like I said, I've covered every other aspect, but I did just miss a few of these when I covered the reveals. So it's exciting stuff for Grounded, really coming on leaps and bounds. It's going to be coming to 1.0 later this year, and obviously this channel has become a bit of a Grounded channel lately. But like I said, I will be covering other games in the future, but I'm sure as hell going to be here for every single bit of Grounded content for a good long time still. And then just the last thing to show you is, it looks like on the picnic table there is removal of the bees, or they might have changed it slightly. It looks like they've added a honey pot of something on top of the table. We kind of figured we're going to be getting honey because it's part of a trap that I've showed you guys that was in the game a little good while ago before they removed it. So yeah, a new location for bees. Again, I'm not expecting some of this stuff to be in this update. This was from a dev stream, had maybe more focused stuff from future, but we are definitely getting the base defense stuff, armor upgrade changes, and a lot more. As said, I'm predicting it to go live late tonight, but you never know, it might be the end of this week. The devs did say it would be this week though. PAX East also was a chance for Lightyear Frontier to get some spotlights going. They've shown off a little bit more gameplay apart from just their announcement trailer, and I'm looking forward to this one. Not strictly a survival game, a farming adventure game, and that's what the devs have been talking about in their latest deep dive focused video. We do get to see a little bit more close-up action of the environments as well as what you're going to be doing with the mech suits. I'm going to be all over this. Another reason I started this channel was to cover more farming chill games and simulation games. And definitely this is on my hit list. Biomes look absolutely stunning, and just the character models are colourful. It reminds me of a mad mix between maybe Scrap Mechanic and something like Stardew Valley, but obviously in 3D. I have already been doing lots of news videos as and when we get a big chunk of dev blogs, but yes, this is definitely on my radar. You're going to be able to, looks like, plant crops almost anywhere, as well as a bit more organised in proper crop plots. Lots of mechanics, and I'm guessing hopefully one day maybe a little bit of automation as you build up new structures to help you farm, gather more resources. It looks like you'll also be able to switch or change up some parts of the mech suit, and yeah, the world is amazing. No danger, it isn't one of them games where you're going to run into a bunch of enemies. Sometimes that can be a little bit of a negative for me. I didn't really enjoy Planet Crafter as much, but I think this game is a lot more cuter, and with the more focus on farming, I'm totally down to chill with this one. Does look like there will be a story to follow, and it's going to guide you through the game, so it will be open world, but I'm sure there will be certain elements where you might have to unlock a few things first before getting or exploring the full areas. We've got some really detailed crop growing as well, firing your water and seeds all in one go, and if you just want to go and give everything a good water, you can do. No release date yet, but as soon as we get any of that info I'll let you guys know, but a lot of people are speculating it might actually be next year, but I'm hoping that at some point we'll get more info soon. The Serpent Rogue is now available. I have been showcasing this game on and off for the last like 4 years, I swear. I covered its early progress on Twitter, and I'm so pleased to see they actually got a publisher come and help them out in Team 17. This game is now available on all platforms, so it's one you can play on consoles right now. And you basically go around crafting a whole bunch of different potions. You can also transform into a bunch of different creatures from mythological times. And yes, you will also be able to tame other creatures too and use them for minions to help you defeat all sorts of crazy creatures. I'm going to be showcasing this off the next couple of days for sure. Lots of exploration, lots of nice story, and like I said, lots of potion making. So you want something new while you're maybe dabbling or waiting for other games, then absolutely go and check this out. I do believe they've got demos going pretty much on all platforms as well. So Arise, A Simple Story has a whole bunch of extras included in the Definitive Edition on the Nintendo Switch, so I can't wait to show it all off. I love games like these, something a bit different, a lot more story, but also got some of the mechanics I like platforming or exploration. So yeah, do come and join me later on, and as I said, it should be available for everyone tomorrow on Switch, and of course it's already out on other platforms. Another game that you might enjoy, obviously Smalland is looking likely to be coming out this year, and yes, it's a miniature perspective, showcasing some more crafting stations, which looks like it's in some sort of cave base. The game is coming on leaps and bounds, been showcasing so much stuff off, like nighttime vision mode and much more in the last few weeks. And I am predicting some sort of big announcement in June for some sort of summer games festival. That's hopefully when we're going to see the demo release, and who knows, it might even go in early access then. Here's a little clip of the night vision mode that they're going to be having in. You're going to especially use your antennas to highlight objects so that you can get to them if you're a bit lost in the dark. It's a great little feature. It does make everything a little bit more spooky and a little bit more eerie, and definitely it separates it from other games. I have been speaking a little bit in the last few weeks about Smalland on my main survival channel, including this in the survival show. But I have almost forgot to do it on this one as well, so take a look at some more of these clips, like this one, running around a frosty, snowy environment. It is going to have seasons, and you're going to have to prepare, make sure you've got resources just in case the winter is too harsh. I do believe the devs are on TikTok, and obviously you see a lot of this on Twitter where they've got their own community, and they have got a Discord as well. I managed to sit down and do an interview with their lead developer last year or so I'm looking forward to hopefully chatting to the devs again in the future, and yeah, getting a chance to showcase this off to you as soon as we get any news or release date. And their latest dev blog takes a look at the changes they're making, adding much more foliage and moving stuff around in the starting area. It looks great. I've always liked the idea of being a bit more jungly. From some of the early trailers we saw, it looked a little bit light on sort of grass and shrubs and plants, but it looks like they really are revamping it quite a bit. They're also making trees a lot bigger. The scale of them has always been massive. You're going to be able to build in these trees. In fact, it may be a main focus of the game is getting a base set up in a tree. And they are rescaling some of the creatures. I'm still a bit confused about why ants are bigger than players at the moment, as I'm pretty sure the players were always meant to be much bigger than the ones in Grounded. You can see we've got different styles. They do say they're just taking a look at this at the moment. Yeah, I hope this is just like a giant ant and have not actually really shrunk the size of the players. I kind of like the players being a little bit taller. But good stuff, I'll keep you guys informed of any Smalland developments.